Kol hashoneh halachot b'chol yom. Bezrat Hashem, we are holding with mitzvah number 47 and 48 for today. Today is the 28th of Tishrey, Bezrat Hashem, and today is Sunday. So the shur is Bezrat Hashem sponsored by Nishmat Yecheskel Nathaniel ben Rav Avishai Halevi Shlita and Refuah Shlema L'Kol Israel Murchabam Lechaya Bat Leah. If you would like to sponsor, reach out. You know how to reach out. Okay, let's go. Mitzvah number 47. Mitzvah Mem Zayin. Mitzvah Beit Din laharog bechenek hamechuyav. The Beit Din has an obligation that they have to kill a person by strangulation. Shenitztavinu lehamid ha'ovrim al k'tzat mitzvot shebatorah bechenek. They have an obligation. There's a certain person who transgresses an averah that requires him to be killed by strangulation. We'll see in a second. Sheneimar, as it says in Shemot, 21st chapter, 12 pasuk. Umakeh ish umet mot yumat. A person who smites a person should be killed. Vezu shel makeh ish ahad mehen shemitat b'chenek. So one of the a person who smites this person, let's say killed him. One of the capital punishments is going to be done through strangulation. Sharei katuv bo mot yumat. So whatever the Torah will say, the language, this double language, mot yumat. Pirush amru zichronam livracha. It says over there in Sanhedrin, the 52nd daf amud bet. Kol mitah amura b'Torah stam ena ela bechenek. Any capital punishment the Torah obligates you without indicating which one. Let's say Shabbat, it says you have to do skila, right? Stoning. So that it tells you. So or any other, what's his name? By srifa or by burning or by saif, whatever the Torah. If Torah indicates you what that punishment is, the capital punishment is, that's what the capital punishment is. But if the Torah didn't outline what is the capital punishment, just the word mod yumat or right, anything that just stam mitah, it's talking about chenek. Kol mitah amar b'Torah stam ena ela chenek. Lamadnu, right? Lechayevei mitot she'ena betashlumin sheneimar en kesef makeh ish umet mechilta. Okay, so we have many times there's a big discussion, right? Today is the liberal agenda will help you, right? Let's say a millionaire, a billionaire killed somebody. What's going to help me kill? What's going to help you killing me? Right? I killed this guy, no problem. Let me give $1 million to his family. It's going to be more productive, no? To have a family, will have some sustenance. So again, those are privileged. Those are foolish arguments. No such a thing. There is no buying your way out of punishment. In the Torah, there is no buying your way of punishment. Even Teshuvah doesn't work. Sorry, Machila, I should rephrase that. Actually, Teshuvah does work for you to be accepted into the next world. The punishment has to be carried out. And they will teach him, before the capital punishment is carried out, they're gonna encourage the man to do Teshuvah. So what's the purpose? We're going to kill you, but if you don't do Teshuvah, you still have to come back as a Gilgul. You know what's going on here? A person is being punished because he did Avirah. Still, he's going to have to come back to the Gilgul because he didn't remorse. He was not feeling remorse for it. The Beit Din kills him. Why the Beit Din kills him? In order to stop the Ra'ah, to stop the evil in the population. As we said, that today we don't have a power of Beit Din. We don't have in the world today we're in Galut. We don't have power of killing somebody to stop the Avirot. But we have a power to talk about it. And we have to ask Hashem. People don't understand that whatever we utter out of our mouths is like actually action. You may not notice it, you may not see it right away, but it is action. For instance, like I encourage many times, people are very foolish when they hear on the news broadcast that a storm is coming or a hurricane is coming. And unfortunately, a lot of Jews fall for it. They don't understand that's the part of the trick. The Satan's part of the trick. With the through Goyim, he's making a whole big tumult, telling people, yeah, it's going to happen. So what do the Jews do, here in Florida especially? Let's board our windows, and they're on the newspaper, all those newscasters, and all the Jews in the shuls actually talking nonsense. They're trying to repeat, yes, the storm is coming. Are you prepared? Are you prepared? They don't understand, by actually saying those words, they're summoning the storm to come. Our power, the power of our mouth, that's what it means. Kol Yaakov, we with our words could actually deflect the storm. We could say no storm, and we could daven for it. As the Gemara says, we'll see in Mesach Ta'arit, we're learning over there in Daf Yud Tet, over there we'll be talking that what do you do? Even on Shabbat, you make everybody gather together, and you know there's an imminent threat coming. You daven for the threat not to come in. And unfortunately, many foolish people do it opposite. They're actually saying it's going to come, and they're inviting it. The whole purpose of that is to stop it. So we are today, when you know there's a criminal, there's a crime committed. Right now, there's a big crime committing here in America. Biggest crime in the world. They justified abortion till the day of the baby's age, 28 days. California, Maryland already, New York's going to pass the law soon. Basically, you could abort a baby till 28. And people don't understand, it's a crime. It's murder. And if you, the foolishness, how did we get to this level? You're going to say, how did we get to this level? Because when I was screaming years back already, abortion is illegal, and that Agudas Israel should fight against it. And no, Rabbi, we fight battles that we could win, Agudas Israel told me. What do you mean? Your job is not to fight battles that you're going to win. Your job is to fight a battle. The battle is they're committing murder by abortion, and if you don't stop it, it's going to get worse and worse. And Bezrat Hashem, with Hashem's help, I hope, really hope, the legislature in California right now, she made up a new law that they're going to be aborting babies till the age of 18 years old. That's the best law, I think. I love that law. I love that law. Yeah, I love that law. I'm going to support, right? Because they tell us we can't beat our babies, not allowed to hit your babies. So we have animals growing in our houses, murderers. You won't believe what these kids are doing today. I'm talking to you in religious neighborhoods, 14, 15-year-olds from religious homes, selling drugs left and right because druggies are using them. So, they're gonna. I love this abortion law till the age of 18 years old. We'll see what happens. Stop all this nonsense. Shorish mitzvah zu. The purpose of this mitzvah. Nigla lechol ki melech mishpat ya'amit eretz. Hashem loves justice. Sheilolei yirat hamishpat yargu bnei adam zeh et zeh. Like we said yesterday, somebody asked me, what's the purpose of all this lying about this lion flying to the Mars? It's all lie. It's to prove you that there is no God. Once there is no God, then you could justify anything in the world. You could justify murder. You could justify killing babies until the age of the 28 days. And you could justify killing babies till the 18 and call it abortion. This is what Rachamim are doing. They're brainwashing us that there is no Hashem, Chas v'shalom. Again, but Hashem is here. The Torah tells us it's an obligation on the judges to kill murderers. In America, they completely abolished the capital punishment. Sometimes Ron DeSantis, a tzaddik, Rachamim, evil politicians, you can't trust them for a second. Yeah, we should bring back the capital punishment for this guy. For this guy? You should kill people for stealing an apple, the Torah says. Stealing an apple, a goy gets killed. No questions asked. This is the Parshat Noach. We're going to discuss this week. You must kill a goy for stealing a toothpick. Not allowed to steal anything.
What about eye for eye?
Yeah, we'll talk about that later when we get there. Okay, the Torah says murder. Anybody who steals, this is it brings the end of the world. The Timalei Haaretz Hamas in Parshat Noach, the world was wiped out because of this goyim, and one of the 7 mitzvot Noach is no stealing. And anybody who breaks that avirah,
it's not goyim, it's human being.
Anybody, any human being today steals, halas. Next, בהמתו ובחוכמתו ברוך הוא ראה שראוי לענוש אותו במיתת הנק. So HaKadosh Baruch Hu had mercy, and then this guy who committed a crime, who committed a murder, you could kill him with strangulation. והדבר נאות גם לדעתנו אנו. כי כאשר עשה כן יעשה לו. It's very simple, as we're going to see that that woman, why are they bleeding? Why are women bleeding from their makor, from their inside their stomachs in the time of their periods? One of the reasons that we learn from here that the person who killed within him should be murdered, right? So Chava, the first woman, she caused the man to be killed, and therefore within her the blood should be spilled. That's the spilled. That's why women have a period from their constantly to remind the sin that they have committed by murdering, causing death to this world. Kavanato. Again, we're not putting here down the movement, Chas v'shalom. We're just saying this is what it is. Mida keneged mida. This world runs on what you do, cause a reaction. והרוצח כוונתו להמית הנרצח כי בפחדו עליו ימהר מיתתו בכל כוחו. So we know that the רוצח, a murderer, he wants to murder, right, to get rid of this guy. כן, הקלה התורה במשפטו להמיתו בחנק שהיא מיתה ממהרת. So just like, so he says like this. All right. The one of the worst death we know is skila. Somebody you're gonna have a hospital throw stones in him. That the chayab mitah skila is it's the hardest of the mitot. Right, until he dies, until his neshama comes out. Not every rock right now, this whole thing. Now we have saif to chop off the head. No, so the fire they put it also takes until just the thought. So he says over here, according to according to the opinion that chinuch at least took on himself, that there's a big machlokit, which is easier, that chopping off the head or strangulation. As me growing up, I understood. Chopping off the head is much easier, but the Rabbi over here says strangulation.
Who wants to try that?
What?
Who wants to try?
If let's say the Gemara asks your question. Obviously, nobody wants to try that, but the Gemara says, let's say the person has a decree from the king. Nobody asks him anymore, right? So obviously, the person will choose the easiest way. The king gives him the option to choose the easiest way. None of us should ever experience such a thing. Who knows right now the kingdom is back? Who knows this king over there? He's already declared war 8 months ago on the whole population. You remember that, right? 8 months ago, this new king today declared war on the whole population, saying if you don't stop,
in England.
No, he declared war. If you don't stop using air conditioning in your place, if you're not going to follow my rules, we're going to declare war on you. He said it 8 months ago. King Charles from London. He said 8 months ago that we have to stop using air conditioning, and if you don't, we have to stop you by military. He said. I heard him. Yeah? Huh? Why? Because they're crazy. That's why. Okay. So he explains over there. Okay, next. Let's just go quickly. So how to perform the mitzvah of this? The Beit Din has a mitzvah. So now you might think today, what do we have such power? We don't have such power. It's only in Eretz Israel. Only there that we have such a power. So now in the Eretz Israel, at the time of when we had Israel, when the Jewish people lived in Eretz Israel, we had such a mitzvah, and a person, the Beit Din, who has this power, and they don't do it, they're going to be mivatel this mitzvah. They're going to transgress mitzvah 47. They're not going to fulfill it. Ve'ancho gadol. The punishment is so grave. She'en maleh mora'at din ish et ra'eu chaim balanu. If there was no fear of power of government, people will swallow each other. Today, in America, we have the best sample. Look at this. Look at this. I was growing up with my kids, and I was always telling my kids, daven to Hashem, that Hashem should give a lot of money to New York City. They shouldn't fire police officers, right? Because without having police force, you're gonna have a problem. Today, police force is I think having babysitters is much more productive than having a police officer. Because today in New York City, they're already teaching police officers how to respond with the psychological, with getting psychological therapy. So when you respond to a call, you have to be a therapist now. A police officer has so now they're gonna have license to be a therapist before you become a police officer. It's amazing. It's amazing, right? Criminals have it free. It's illegal right now. That's why we say. People ask me, what I said in New York, New Jersey, all those blue states, it's illegal. It's asur to live. You're not allowed to live there. Somebody tells me why? Sodom v'Amorah. This is what Sodom v'Amorah is. People think Sodom v'Amorah is Florida. Why? Because in Florida, there's a lot of naked people walking in the street, right? So I say, you fools. Sodom v'Amorah, that's not Sodom v'Amorah. Sodom v'Amorah was not a problem because they had frivolity of arayot. This is nature. People, men, women, they like to mingle together. It's normal. Hashem created it like this. But to tell me that if you want to self-defend, and that's what Sodom was, self-defense was illegal. You're not allowed to self-defend. In Sodom v'Amorah, if you were self-defend, you go to jail. You know how many people sitting right now in New York in jail for self-defense? You know that if a robber comes to you with a knife or anything, you cannot defend yourself. If you defend yourself, you go to jail. This is the laws in New York already. California, same laws. You're not allowed to self-defend. If they're allowed to steal up to $950. People right now telling me, I have a neighbor, in New York, they go to Costco, they come out of Costco full of, merchandise. Excuse me, the guy comes over, he doesn't show you a gun, just puts his finger like this and that. Excuse me, you would like to stay alive today? You want to get home today? I would like all that loaded to my car. On video. The police cannot do nothing. Nothing. People get away with it. Why? They go to people's house, they trace the guy, he tells me, they trace the guy, he says, what happened? He says, listen, I need to eat. I don't know what the guy's talking, I have no gun. You see, I don't have no gun. I just put my finger there. What do you want to do? I need to eat. It's less than $950. You can't arrest me.
The mayor of Miami said a few months ago, if someone is going to apprehend you and they're going to either steal or do something to your life, do us a favor. His words were murder him.
That's beautiful. I like it.
DeSantis
I like
said
it. That's why I'm here.
a couple of months ago also, if someone's going to come into your backyard,
Yeah.
he was warning people.
Yeah.
If someone is going to go into your backyard, if
No,
someone
no,
comes
2 weeks ago he said it.
Yeah,
No.
interviews.
If you
He's
got
like,
me
we
2
have
weeks
no
ago.
idea what they're going to do to you. So please don't jump over someone's fence.
No.
You don't know what they have in their house.
No, but 2 weeks ago he said after the hurricane, he said, do me us a favor, if you're gonna loot, we're gonna kill you.
That's it.
Beautiful. This is called policing. But why I came here, I tell you, a month before I came here, Florida was the chief police officer. Chief police officer of Florida, I love what he said. He said on the national television, do us a favor, anybody breaks into your house, do us a favor, when you shoot him, make sure you kill him. We don't want to persecute anybody. I love it. I love it. This is what I like. Okay, no, mitzvah number 48. Let's go. שלא להכות אב ואם, חס ושלום, you're not allowed to strike your father or your mother. שלא יכה הבן האב ואם, אפילו אם הם יכו אותו הכאה רבה. Therefore, if a person wants to take revenge on his parents, even if the parents are mamish beating him up with a rod, a son is not allowed to respond, or a mother or a daughter. As long as we know that the parents are not here to kill him. Again, you're allowed to defend yourself. What's the difference between you and the child? The child wants to defend himself. The father or mother became crazy. Not cases, they want to kill the guy. He's allowed to defend himself, to protect himself. The best thing, obviously, is to run away because you're always so fake. But do me a favor, which parents want to kill their children? Do me a favor. Unheard of, and it's mamash. It's a shod. You have. I remember in 1990 we had 260 million people in America. One crazy parent killed his child, went overboard. And because of one or two, but not even two, there was
2 weeks
one.
ago, a woman killed 5 years old.
Yeah. But that was. I tell you what.
There is
No,
crazy people.
no. Again.
Kiss is crazy.
Shma. Over there, what you're talking about? She was on drugs. She didn't take his drugs. Mentally sick people. We're not talking about mentally sick people here. We're talking about human, normal parents. They want to give it. It's a mitzvah to beat up your child. Not what's his name? Not beat him up like crazy. Well, give him a nice spanking.
There is not such a mitzvah like that.
That's what you think. Okay, come learn. You'll learn more. Bezrat Hashem. Now he says over here clearly. Here's a mitzvah, and
There
you
is a
see.
mitzvah lechanech.
No, there is a mitzvah. That's what you think. Mitzvah says why David HaMelech had a bad son. The Gemara asks the question: why David HaMelech had a son called Avshalom? Why did Avshalom want to kill his father? And the Gemara answers because the father never raised his hand on him. And Shlomo HaMelech wrote in Mishlei that it's a beautiful thing to beat up your son. And the Gemara asks, what about if he's a good son? Still, it's a mitzvah to beat him up, that he shouldn't go bad. Okay, we're not talking about killing him. Give him a. He should know. Put him in his place. And the Gemara says it's a mitzvah. That's why a father who kills a father who kills his son by mistake, does not go to galut. If a man kills somebody else by
יש
mistake,
מצווה על בן אדם שלהכות את הילד שלו
כן.
ביד שמאל ולא ביד החזק.
אז עכשיו אתה שינית מה שאמרת. But you just now in a second, less than 30
אז איך יכול
seconds
להיות שאם הוא
ago,
הורג אותו הוא לא הולך
excuse me,
לגלות?
less than 30 seconds ago, you just told me that there is no such a mitzvah.
אין מצווה
But
להרביץ
Baruch
לילד,
Hashem,
יש
but
מצווה
Baruch Hashem,
לחנך אותו.
Baruch Hashem,
חנוך לנער על פי
good.
דרכו.
I'm not beating him up. I'm mechanech of him. No, but no.
No, you can't beat it.
I'm not saying promote. Excuse me. I didn't say kill him. I didn't say.
His words
Excuse
is
me.
something else. You're taking his words out of context.
No. Hold
Beat him
on.
up.
Nobody takes.
No, he's saying, beat him
No
up.
spanking. You give him. You give him. He should understand. Because until 13, there's no Eitzer Tov. The Chazal tell us there's no Eitzer Tov. What's the Eitzer? What is Eitzer Tov for the child? What is the Eitzer Tov for a child? Is your spanking. That's the only Eitzer Tov he has. Okay? Now, one second. We're going to go further. Wait a minute. Let's go halacha. Excuse me. What's the halacha? Your child, as soon as he turns 13, it's asur for you to touch him. It's asur, a boy 13, a girl 12 and up, not allowed to touch him. Ela and Ken, they're doing something harmful. If they're doing harmful physical, let's say in my case, I have sometimes the kids start fighting. Hello, I get up with the hello. Just I say hello, everybody. It's not more fighting, they're afraid. I don't look like a sweet teddy bear, right?
If he don't
Anyway.
listen to you, I ask you 13, you can beat him or not.
Okay, anyway. That's right. So now, so again, after bar mitzvah and after bas mitzvah, you're not allowed to hit your children ever.
Oh,
Under,
if he don't listen to you.
well, you don't hit them. You said it once, and that's it. You did your mitzvah.
You lose the trick.
No, once after, okay, he's asking a good question. It's very important to touch it. After bar mitzvah and after bat mitzvah, you deal with him like you deal with your people in the street. Exactly the same thing. In the street, if somebody asks you a question, you told him what to do. You answer them. He don't listen to you. The mitzvah is you can't repeat it again. If you repeat it, it's an aveira. Then how do you know if what you're saying is aveira? If somebody who doesn't want to listen to you, you repeat it again and again and again, just to mock him. They don't want to listen to you, so you know your words are aveira. Your words are aveira. Why? That's the lesson. The lesson is you say it once. A child knows after bar mitzvah already. You already hear that. He knows already how to hear. A child after bar mitzvah there, it says one time you tell him. And then if he don't listen to you, adios amigo, I'm patur from everything. I don't have to hit him. I don't have to train him. I don't have to do nothing. You know what? In my house, I have a rule. You don't behave according to my rules, don't ask me for anything. Don't ask me. You want, they all of a sudden they want to go to park. Those parks that cost me $600 one day. What is it called? Extreme something? We're here something in Florida. So I told my wife, if they don't behave, why should I take them there? Why should I spend $600 right now on a kid that tells me that he's not going to listen to me? It's okay. So your job is to say one. Your children has to know what you are. Everything else is honest. The Torah tells you you're not obligated to get angry at your children ever. Now we're talking about bar mitzvah and bas mitzvah. There, the halacha is you hit him, you give him a nice big spank, and you give him a spank until he understands it. What does that mean? The halacha says that if you spanked him, he still didn't understand it, and by mistake you killed him, patur. Finished. Next. ואף על פי שלא הזהיר הכתוב בפירוש על זה שיאמר על תוכו. The problem is on the video, people are going to listen to the first part, they're not going to listen to the second part, they're going to listen to anything, and that's it, and they're going to, like I said, the crazy lady calls me up, balagan, do me a favor, she calls up the other Rabbonim. You understand? I get a phone call on Friday from Rabbonim, Rabbi, how can you say women have no chelik lo haba? I said, do me a favor, listen to the video, come back to me. Oh, I'm sorry, yeah. I was just repeating the Gemara, people don't understand. Anyway. That's the problem. That's why I tell people, men are not allowed to learn from YouTube. Women, I understand she could hear a little bit here there. Men are supposed to come to Beit Midrash and learn. Because whatever you hear there, it's all just for now. What you're hearing, you're being entertainment. People tell me, what's better, Rabbi? Can I do YouTube or watch a movie? Maybe I'm going to be almost close to say watch a movie than you watch YouTube. The Red Torah on YouTube. Why? Because this is the problem. They watch on YouTube. They don't come to shiurim. They don't know what the rabbi is talking about. They don't know what the rabbi said yesterday. They don't know what, and then they make assumptions. I think more problems caused by what people learning Torah from YouTube than watching a movie. I think so.
So what to do it?
We'll see. No, that's for the ladies. I'm doing it. Okay, anyway. Okay. Anyway, I'm doing it for the ladies. Good question. Okay. Okay. The problem is hitting your father or mother is all not just sometimes kids say I push a child, so they push me back. They're not talking about that, right? It's talking about the child hits a parent that motzi dam.
Oh, so if you don't motzi dam, it's okay.
So now chabura also not good. Chabura is motzi dam already. If meaning is they're going to make a bruise on the parent. The child makes a bruise on the parent. Now it's not nothing is okay. Looking at your father is not okay. I asked Rabbi Zafrani. I asked Rabbi Zafrani. Rabbi Zafrani is a Zafrani from Lakewood, a big tzaddik. I said, how come I never spoke to my father ever, or my mother? Like my mother, I was afraid. What are you talking about? You in Russia, we never said you to your parent. Kvodo, honor. Never approach your parent as you. My mother would say a word. I grew up without a father. My father left us. I was 4, but. My mother, she would say half a word, we already understand the whole sentence. She don't have to say anything. My kids today, you go to sleep. My 10-year-old, you go to sleep. You can tell me to go to sleep. I go to sleep when I want.
You don't spank them enough.
So now I go to Rabbi Zafrani. I said, what's going on? He says, no, you don't understand. You did it to your parents. What do you mean? You were upset with your mother when she punished you. You were upset when your parents punished you. That's why your children are. You think that you didn't do the same thing. You know, and forget about speaking to my mother. My mother was like over there, the goddess over there. You know, you're like, do me a favor. You stay there. I'll stay here. This was my mother. You're afraid to talk. You're afraid to look at them. That's how we grew up. This kid, hey, shut up. Hello, go to sleep. I don't want to hear you. Tell me. The child talks to you back. So the Rabbi Zafrani says, you know why? Because when your mother punished you, my mother did punish me for a lot of good things, deserving things. My dear mother, whatever she is, live another 100 years at least. She smacked. He says, Rabbi Zafrani, when she smacked you, you were upset and you're angry at her. That causes right now all the generations, the children are getting worse. And to your children, he says, I don't want to be there. What's going to be? Anyways, the reason that we're talking about Bishwa Mitzvah Le'eser Anavlim HaMosrim, שירימו יד בימי השערים, Kadosh Baruch Hu obviously wants a call good. You have to understand, what are your parents? Who are your parents? Your parents brought you to this world. The whole purpose of this mitzvah is for you to recognize. We're talking about, you're going to talk back to your parents, that's a small punishment. Chas v'shalom over here, we're talking about harming them even. ועובר עליה והיכה אותם הכה שיש בה חבורה בעדים והתראה מיתתו בחנק. A boy, after 13-year-old, he hits his father. Hits him with I don't know what, something that causes a bruise. Just even a bruise. We're not even talking about bringing out blood. His punishment is, with warning and everything, strangulation. We kill him by strangulation. This is what we're talking about. Not small things. So now, if a child hits his parents without chabura, so the child will be obligated now to pay his parents for hezek as like a regular person. When you do hezek to another person, you have to pay for his damages. So too the child after bar mitzvah and bas mitzvah have to compensate their parents for ve'eno. We don't give him punishment. We don't give him lashes. So the rule is, remember that, all right? Remember that rule? That anytime that there is payments, you don't give lashes. But when do you give lashes? If the payment is greater than Shabbat Pruta, today is more than 25 cents. So let's say if a child comes to his parents, slaps him in his face, how much you have to pay for that? There's no bruises, nothing, right? There's no real punishment, no real, you can pay for it. So slapping, if a child slaps his parents on the face, and without causing a mark, he gets lashed, 39 lashes, just for that. Bezrat Hashem, everybody should have a successful day, successful week. Make a lot of money without any headache.